Hi Poste friends, it's Liliana from I'll Be Stitching Forever. Welcome to my second entry for Stitch Life Diaries playlist. I am going to be working on Janlin, Joy in the Journey. This is a kit that I started back in February 14, 2024. And it says, blessed is the life that finds joy in the journey. And I like that sentiment. So the last time I shared this was December 2nd, 2024. And this is where I had left off then. So looking at it now, when I took it out of the bag, I noticed an error that I did. So the sequence of color is wrong here in the leaves. It is supposed to be light green, dark, light, light, dark, light. Well, I messed up on the very first one. Well, I don't think it was the first one that I stitched, because normally I stitch from right to left. So it was the last one that I had stitched, and I stitched it the wrong color. So the first thing I'm going to do is frog the leaves here and put the correct color. And then I'm going to work on the border. As much as I would love, I really would love to just start on the words and the beehive. That's going to be a lot of fun, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and do the border. So I'm going to stitch it down to here, and this one down to here as well. And then this up here is going to be the same down here on both sides. So that's what I'm going to do. Yes, I do believe that's what I'm going to do. And let's see if I can keep stitching on it until that is complete. So that's my goal. My goal is to get both sides of the border down to here. And then we'll see how I feel. So that's what I'm going to do starting tonight. And then I will show you my progress. And I'm back with Joy in the Journey. I reached my goal. So my goal was to get the border on this side and this side up to here, up to this point. I actually went a little bit beyond, a tiny bit beyond. And I also fixed the error that I had made here with the leaf color. I fixed that. And so now it's done. It's done up to this point. Like I said, I reached my goal, and I did forget to tell you what day it is today. It is April 6th. It's a Sunday evening. It's around 8 p.m. and I'm getting ready to stitch for tonight. But I'm not going to stitch anymore on this one. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to put this one back, put it back in its bag and put it away until next time. And next time I pick it up, I will be starting on the next section, which is a bee here and a few bees here with some words and a beehive, and that'll be fun to stitch up. But like I said, I'm gonna wait and put this one down for now and pick up another whip. So I will show you my next whip that I choose. Here's my next whip that I chose. It's by the Goals Collection Petites. It's a full coverage. It's called Bird Post, a 6x6" design. It is beautiful. I love the bird, the butterfly, and the zinnia. It's just gorgeous. So this has a little bit of a story to it. I started this one many years ago. This was when I was just trying out cross stitch to see if I liked it or not, and this probably was I'm guessing my third or fourth cross stitch kit. I had completed 2 others at that time, and then I had one other one as well as this one that I just stopped stitching because I was very much into crochet at that time, and that's all I wanted to do really was crochet. I also did needlepoint on plastic canvas, which was another hobby I was very much into. And so I just set this aside, put it in a box, and forgot about it. 2 years ago, I found it, and this was what kind of piqued my interest again in cross stitch. And heading to YouTube and watching the YouTube cross stitch creators, watching their videos, and just got excited to start cross stitching again, or to give it a try. And I did that 2 years ago, and I'm so glad I did because I'm having a lot of fun. And my crochet bug now has gone goodbye. It has come back for a little bit, but it left me again. So I don't know. I'm just going to keep cross stitching until I feel like doing another hobby. Right now, I'm having fun with cross stitching and going to continue to do so. I picked it up. I looked in the box, picked it up, and I looked at my work and thought, I don't trust myself. I don't know. I probably made mistakes. I'm going to redo it. And so I didn't frog it. I just did not do anything with that cloth. I picked up a 14 count Aida cloth, and this kit came with an 18 count, and so it's going to be a slightly different size, not a big deal. The cloth that I chose, 14 count, like I said, vintage oat swagart. It has like some modeling, or I don't know what you'd call it, modeling or a print design on it, but that's going to be okay. I decided to use it anyway. It's a full coverage anyway, so it'll only show on the margins around it, so it's not a big deal. I think it'll be fine. And I restarted it April 20, 2024, and I got this much done. I believe it was 3 days, or 3 stitching sessions rather. So what am I going to have a goal here? I would just really like to jump over to the bird and start the bird, or the flower, or the butterfly. Oh my gosh, this is all so pretty. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill in the spots that are empty, and maybe do this part just around here, and then see how I feel. If I feel like continuing to stitch on it, I will head over towards the bird, which is about right here, and start on him. Let's see how far I can get, and then I will come back and I will show you my progress. Today is April 7th, and. and I'm coming out here to check on my chrysalises. Usually they emerge in the morning, like early morning. These are still intact, and they look like they've got a ways to go. They're not translucent yet. This one is pretty green. And where are the others? Do I remember where I put them? I brought them out here to the pipeline plants from where I had them, so I transferred them just 2 days ago. And oh, this one is opened, so, and let's see, take this out of there, and there he is. This one is out. Isn't he gorgeous? It is a male. I can see that by the very end. Don't know what you call that. But at the very end, right there, right there. See how it's pointed? So it's a male, and the females have a rounded bottom. Oh, gorgeous, just beautiful. He'll be flying around soon once his wings are totally dry. Good morning, everyone. It's about 6:45 in the morning on April 9th. It's a Wednesday, and I thought I'd get up and do some recording of my progress on my bird post. So here's what I've been up to. Last night I was about to there, last night, all the way across, about there. And I had an error over in this area here, which I didn't know about until I got to the bird. And then when I did get to the bird, I decided to do some frogging, and then I've also done some fudging. And so what I ended up doing to keep from making more errors was when I was at this point here, I decided to go and skip a few rows and then do this line across here, and made sure all my stitches were absolutely correct, and then I worked from that row up. So I'm working upwards to fill in the surrounding stitches around that mistake. And I'll do the same here. I'll start down below here and filling it up, and and when I get to an error, I will just decide on how to fudge it, what color to use, and I'll work around it. It's not a big deal. I've done this before. The fudging isn't too bad, especially when it's a full coverage piece. When it is a partial coverage piece, that's a different story. You have to take other things into consideration, but for a full coverage, it's not as bad. It's pretty easy to do, to fudge it. So that's what I'm doing, or that's what I did, and I'm gonna call it quits on this guy for now. I'm ready for the next whip. I'm gonna write myself a note as to what I did, and then put it away. And so tonight I'll be starting a new whip. Well, it's still morning, Wednesday the 9th. Right after I just ended that clip, I decided, rather than starting picking up one of my other whips, I decided I want to start something new. And why not Christmas? I have a granddaughter that I've been making ornaments for, and I have another granddaughter that is on the way. So I'm going to have 2 this year to make, and I decided on the Arctic Pals. So each letter has either a bear or a penguin. And as it turns out, the letters that I need are one of each. So the penguin will be the L, and for the K, it'll be the bear. So I don't have to change that. I would have if I didn't have one of each already charted, then I would have just, you know, stolen the bear and put another letter, you know, the K. But there is already a chart for it, so I got the K and the L. Both animals will be stitched up and made into ornaments. And that's what I plan on doing with this one. This came out of the magazine, Cross Stitch Gold Christmas Collection. I don't know the year. It does, I swear, I have looked for it and I cannot find it. And no, the date is not on here, which right here is where I usually find the date, but it's not there. So anyway, I'm sure it's easy enough to look it up on the internet. And I don't have the colors that it's calling out for. I think I have only 1 or 2 of the colors. And so I'm just choosing my own colors and, you know, making it as close to the photo as possible. And so that is what I will be starting next. I have the 14 count Aida cloth. It's just a piece of scrap, and I have enough for 2 to make 2. I have enough to make 2. And so I marked here about the size that this one's going to be. And so it's 42 squares across and 34 squares tall. So it'll be that big. And that's perfect for a small ornament. So that's what I'll be starting on tonight. We have now reached the end of this video edition 2 for the playlist, Stitch Life Diaries. I want to thank you so much for watching to the end. If you have, please leave me a little bear or a penguin down below in the comment section. I would really appreciate knowing who actually just watched all the way through, because I really do appreciate that. And I will be working on the 3rd edition for this playlist in the next few days and hope to get it up soon. And I hope you guys have a wonderful stitching week, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully. Bye for now.